Oh, there we are. There.
Studying
I was
U.S.
like,
history.
yeah, there you go.
Do what, JP?
Oh, well, I couldn't hear y'all. I was like, did you turn the mics on? I think.
Yeah, we had
had
the buttons out.
Oh,
we were going over Tom's synopsis for next year.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. That explains
Which
everything.
80-year-old man are we going to elect next time? God almighty.
Oh, my goodness.
That was awesome. All right, college football. Welcome, California, Stanford, and who was the other one?
SMU.
SMU.
But,
Yeah.
but
Real quick, Terry, is is Aaron Rodgers, is John Elway, or Dan Marino now the greatest ACC quarterback in history?
At least we can say that we're the best conference from coast to coast now.
We got Aaron Rodgers, we got Marino, and we got John Elway. Quarterback Conference USA. Ohio State got nothing on that, boys.
It's just horrible.
Is
The
it?
Coast Conference.
But the ACC succeeded by bringing SMU. They're going to be in our conference for 7 years, and we owe them nothing. They're giving up $210 million just on account of they want to come to the ACC to be part of a Power 5 conference. So the ACC succeeded.
There's not even 5 conferences anymore.
That's what I'm saying. But the ACC succeeded by bringing them in.
They can still call it the Power 5 even if there's only 4, Kevin.
Well, this is college. You're 100% right.
So we're going to
This is
pay
college.
Cal and Stanford, but we're not paying SMU nothing for 7 years.
It's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, ain't it, Tom?
That's blackmail.
So, but the rumor is they'll get money though, Terry, because Clemson, North Carolina, and Florida State will be leaving for the Big Ten in 2 years.
Well, I think
that's the 3 teams that voted against.
The only
it.
thing that bothered me, that's what I'm saying, because State was the one that changed.
I was wondering. I was going to ask y'all.
State.
Do y'all know who the one it was that flipped their vote?
So it's Carolina was against, and Clemson and Florida State. We all know Clemson and Florida State's wanting to leave the conference. I think Carolina would go for enough money, depending on who offered it. What's funny in all this? SEC's not really.
I just wonder how much money North Carolina State got for changing.
I don't know.
Somebody,
they had $210 million to throw
they had
around.
to have one of them 4 to change.
Well,
I mean, surely there's something that we had to get.
It was said last night, and we was upstairs before the game, and it's one thing to travel all around the country to play football, but when you got to travel all around the country to play some of these smaller sports, that's going to be tough.
Well, real quick, I'm going to make 2 comments on both of those. One, Terry, here's your NC State president comments. The NC State brand and historical competitiveness of our programs is already well recognized and established. The addition of these outstanding universities gives us an even greater opportunities to build on the Wolfpack's national presence, which in turn will generate more long-term benefits for our student athletes, our athletic programs, and our loyal fan base. Basically, somebody gave us more money. That's what it sounded. That's what the PR. All right, now your question was about the other sports. Now, Tom, Terry, think about, you've had children. You want to watch your children play college sports. Would you rather your child now go to a Carolina and play college sports and have to travel, or one of these all over? Like, say, let's do SMU for example. Would you rather your kid go to SMU and have to travel over the country, you not see them play? Would you rather go to one of the other maybe Division II or non-Power 5 schools, and then you get to see your kid play every college game they ever played? Now, this is the non-football schools, like the school, like if you're playing softball or one of these other sports that we're not going pro in, right? So, would you not rather your kid go to a closer school? Let's look at it North Carolina wise. Would you rather your kid go to North Carolina and have to go? You're not going to see them play almost anybody they play on the away games, or if they go to Wofford or one of these local Winthrop or whatever, you can see every game your kid plays. Like, especially if it's golf or something like that, I'd be like, son, you're going to Western or App so I can watch you play, not Oregon or whatever. What do you think? I mean, you think that starts affecting that? That was your question, so that's kind of what I was asking.
I got a feeling it does, but I want to mention something else. With all of this happening, and I'm including the Big Ten, the ACC, who benefits from all this? You know who does?
The president.
The SEC. What's the furthest they got? All of them are located pretty much in the same diameter of each other. It's not like the Big Ten jumping out there and grabbing USC and all of them to pull them into their conference.
Right.
It's not like the ACC grabbing Stanford and Cal, pulling them into their conference. The SEC has stayed generically in the same area.
Still regional for the most part.
I mean, they're going to be the ones that benefit from this when this is all over.
Well, I mean, it's just it is a money grab. Like everyone's, I mean, just trying to make more money. But going back to, do I want to watch my kid play? I don't know. If my kid has a chance to play at Carolina, or he has a chance to play at Wofford, I think I'd want my kid to play at Carolina for the exposure. But it is a good point. How am I supposed to watch my kid play when he's got to go to Stanford for a road game in, or tennis or something like that, like Kevin talks about? Yeah, I think it is. They're going to have to do a little soul searching here. Are you going to have your tennis team go out to Stanford and play, or are you going to try to make it regionally within the conference?
Oh, so the rumor is that they've had discussions about, I don't even know how to say it, renting places in Dallas, Texas for ACC competition of non-football schools. So they're going to play neutral sites.
Oh,
just fly to the middle.
West Coast, East Coast teams will play neutral sites somewhere in
That's
Texas.
stupid.
That's pretty rough.
That's one of the
That's
proposals. I'm
stupid.
telling you, it just keeps getting.
Then you
I
just
can't
throw
make this
your
stuff
home field
up.
advantage stuff away.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a
no-
lot of stuff that goes into that.
it's gotten nuts.
And I know that you have, if you couldn't afford it as a parent, there's boosters that could help you out. If you went to them in the right way, you could go watch it at both of them. Maybe not every year, but you could go, if you was doing basketball, you could probably make a trip out to California one year and then over to Stanford the next year. I mean, somebody would pay for you to go out there. I don't know whether they'd pay every time for you to go, but they would take care of you somehow.
I just I like the regional aspect of the old conferences. I mean, it was cool. Like if your kid played at Carolina, you get to go to State, Wake Forest, Clemson.
Virginia.
Will they end up doing like we talk in North Carolina, how we need to split up the conferences to do football only? Is the NCAA do one of the other, does like a sport or a school? I don't know who would sue. Someone has to sue to do anything to make it where, hey, this isn't fair to our kids. Like all the ones that, like we just said, they just got recruited to Cal. They're thinking they're playing West Coast schools. Now they've got to go to the ACC. So they're seeing none of their games. I mean, we're talking not even cross-country flights for all of their games. They only got, 2 on the West Coast?
And that even throws in the time.
To each other, I'm guessing. Or it's Cal, I don't know how close.
Cal, Stanford's both.
That even throws in the,
so that'd be close.
That even throws in the time of the games, because we don't get to see West Coast. Right, we don't get to see. That's going to affect watchability on both sides too.
I can remember when I was a kid on Saturday nights, me and my little brother would stay up till like 11 so we can watch that West Coast game. We would do that sometimes because USC would come on at 11 o'clock at night, and because ESPN, I suppose when they had one game.
Well, Terry,
one game, and you'd stay up to watch that.
Maybe SMU's deal is they're the neutral host campus site for all these games because they're sitting there in the middle of Texas. Maybe that's their deal.
I still
with
think
that.
that's crazy.
But
I can understand it. Here we go again. Big Ten's got 18. ACC's got 18.
It's too many.
I think
17 legit, but
I think you could sum it up like this: logistically, it makes no sense. Financially, it does because they figure they're going to make more money. Logistically, it makes no sense. It never will. I mean, your conference. The Big Ten. You're at Ohio State. You're going to Michigan. You're going to Penn State. You're going to Indiana. I mean, you're going to the regional. Logistically, not just because it's close, but that's the people you want to beat. You want to beat your little brother in basketball out in the backyard. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. What kind of rivalry you're going to have between Stanford and Carolina? Or Cal and Carolina. I mean, it's just dumb. SMU and Clemson. That's going to be a heated rivalry. Yeah. I mean, it's dumb. So
just blows my mind with
they're taking away some of the things that makes college football special to make more money, which I guess that's capitalism. That's just the way it is, but it just won't be
Tommy,
as
you're not
special.
going to SMU versus Duke football.
Whatever. I mean, that's like saying, some of those funky flavors of ice cream, that they have. It's like the 33rd
I just
flavor.
can't believe Stanford got left out in all this. It's not like they're not a
Which
good
is like-
school and a good program. Stanford's
Yeah.
are they one of the most
Decent
successful
football.
athletic? I'm
Oh,
talking about overall athletic
overall,
programs. They win in
volleyball,
everything.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're one of the top
I just
programs.
can't. I just can't get into this. And
It's eventually
Yeah,
going to be
it's
where the Tar Heels wind up leaving ACC, like Kevin said a minute ago, and that's really going to be a heartbreaker for everybody around here because that's going to mess up all your rivalries.
Well, think of basketball wise now. You got 18 teams. You play 17 games, and then you play your non-conference. That's your 30 games
I'm with
a
Kevin.
year.
Yeah, I mean,
This
what-
non-conference
what-
stuff needs to go away, I guess, and they need to play conference stuff.
But that'd be 34 games
I mean,
in college basketball regular season.
Or you could play 24 conference games and 5 non-conference
Yeah.
games. Quit messing around.
quit playing these.
Just messing everything up.
I
you got to
just-
play somebody good every time. You can't play
right.
That's
At
it.
some
There
point,
you
at
go.
some point, you can't go these
Can't
super
play-
conferences and play.
You can't play Sam Houston State.
Right,
You got to
you
play
can't.
somebody in your conference.
And that's in all the sports, the basketball and football too. Yeah, I don't think they really care about how it affects basketball, Terry, to be honest. And then the fact with the tournament, everybody and their brother gets in, or 68 teams. That
I just can't. Like I said, it just is what it is. It's the new normal. It's just stupid.
all right. Y'all want to pick some games?
Sure. How did we do last week?
Well, here we go.
Yeah,
Last week, our winner, Zach, went 10-1.
Wow.
I lost the Florida game.
You lost the Florida game, and
He didn't miss another one if he's 10-1, Terry.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing football math.
And-
Hush, Tom.
And
I had
Terry-
2 losses, but only lost
Terry-
once.
Terry, it's perimeter, not diameter. Okay? They're in the perimeter,
Tom.
not the diameter.
Let
Will
me
you
think
stop
about that.
doing that, Terry?
Okay.
Every week
Suck an egg,
you do
Tom.
this
Suck an
to
egg.
me. It's in the diameter, the perimeter, Terry.
Zach went 10-1. You done, Tom?
I'm
Good.
done.
All right. I went 9-2, and our tail space at the back
Tail space.
was Tom at 6-5.
Give me a pen.
6 and 5. Speaking of that, you didn't have any comments, Terry, on West Lincoln at 5, where Burns was in that power poll?
Well, I mean, I kind of, after we jumped all the way to 5, I'd just say, shut your mouth and just go with it.
He complained all
I
morning.
mean,
Now it's 5. See if
I
we
was
moved
like-
up one.
Well, I mean, that was my deal.
If you'd have listened last night, Terry, at about 11:35, I'd have told you were number 5.
Well,
But I guess you were sleeping, weren't you? Or was you watching the
No.
Barbie movie? That's what you
that's
were
what,
doing.
yeah, that's what I was watching.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. I was really, well, I ain't going to say a bunch of stuff.
Will you
Shut up, Tom.
just finish up over there? You babbling on over there like I know I had a bad week.
6-5. Tail space.
It's kind of the most educated person sometimes does the poorest. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, you do the force.
Oh, goodness.
Like, of all the people in my family, I have 2 master's degrees and I'm the poorest. So, I guess things work out sometimes that way, Terry.
We're going to start North Carolina, South Carolina.
Ooh.
With
The Tar Heels favored by 2.5. Bank of America Stadium tonight, 7:30 p.m.
It's the mayonnaise bowl, man.
Yeah.
Zach, who you got?
I got the Tar Heels.
Oh, God.
What do you think he had? I mean, was there any doubt?
That's right. Mr. May's gonna go
Yeah,
off.
I got the Tar Heels.
Now our defense might not be stop anybody. We're gonna be like the Crest Chargers tonight. We're gonna score 50 and they're gonna score 35.
You want me to go next,
Yes,
Tom?
go ahead, Terry.
Okay, that's USC. You got the ACC playing that SEC team. Come on.
You going South Carolina?
Yep,
I thought you were an ACC man.
I am. How many times do we play them, though, and come out on the bottom side?
I think the Chickens are going to pull this off.
All I know is both of these teams have lost to Appalachian State in the last 3 years. You two going for the chicken stuff?
I'm taking the Chickens.
So who's that?
That'd be South Carolina. The South Carolina Chickens. Isn't that what they are?
Yeah.
The Chickens? The Hens?
Who's that? It ain't the Tar Heels. Let's see. Oh, big spreads in the Big 12. 2-point spread. Houston hosting Texas San Antonio. Don't sleep on Texas San Antonio. Tommy, they're favored by 2.5.
Gracious, look at the heat
at
down
Houston. It's only 96 degrees.
Give me Houston. They're at home.
You get a ticket for as low as $7 for that
You
game.
get $7. You can't get anything for $7 anymore.
I'm gonna take Houston also in this matchup.
I love that. The one thing I will say that I do like about college football is that there are some places that you can get a ticket for less than the hot dog at the concession stand in some of these games. And that's one of them. $7. So the
You
hot
gotta
dog's
get
like
people
$8.50.
in so they can buy hot dogs.
Oh, that's it. These hot dogs. ACC, Cal and Stanford had to take that hot dog money, Tom.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Terry. Who you got?
Houston.
Zach.
Houston.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all
No,
lost.
it's not.
You can't
The
sell hot dogs.
Roadrunners.
Yeah, right.
The Roadrunners were in our power poll a lot last year in
Yeah.
college
Good.
football.
You can't sell hot dogs unless people are sitting in the seats. So
That's true too. 14-point spreads.
nice 75 degrees down at that bottom.
That's the Big 12. Let's hop over to the Big 10. See what's going on over here. Any competitive games? Purdue and Fresno State. The Boilermakers favored by 3.5. 79 degrees today at home. As Fresno State got pretty good out there in California. What conference are they? What are they in? I thought they were in the Pac, weren't they?
The
We're
Big
doing the
Sky
Pac.
or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
ACC's got openings. Fresno State. Come on over.
Coast to coast, baby.
Tommy, who you got?
Purdue.
Terry?
Yeah, Purdue.
Purdue at home.
That's pretty simple.
I don't know how Ohio State's a 31-point favorite and they got a quarterback who's never started a game.
They open up in conference play
That's
there.
a closer when they're 9.
Toledo, the Rockets at Illinois. The Illini only favored by 9.
Well, they're improving.
It's
Toledo's
Toledo.
pretty good every year, though, Kevin, if you paid attention to anything besides Appalachian State. But Illinois, I think.
Where do they rank as what team would they rank in college in Ohio?
Toledo?
Yes.
You got Ohio State. I guess Toledo might be your second best team because they're probably better than
Cincinnati?
Kent. Yeah, Cincinnati. Yeah, they're Cincinnati be 2. Toledo make a strong case for 3. Well, you got Kent State, you got Akron, you got University of Ohio. I'd say Toledo's at least the third best team in Ohio. What do you say? I guess I'd have to call
don't
Trent
know.
Marty.
I have no clue.
We'll just pull
Oh,
up
Trent
all the
Marty.
teams from Ohio, and then Toledo will keep falling down the pole.
The more he talks, Toledo keeps
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I wasn't prepared to answer the question. I mean, he does that to you all the time.
Word is still-
So, Tom, who is the best backup defensive tackle in the history of the San
Did he
Francisco
just not say,
49ers?
well, if you
And
would
you're
follow
supposed-
Toledo football.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, I had to
They
respond.
win some
And then they
games.
fell back right after they said that. Maybe they're number 3.
They win games, Kev. They usually go to a bowl game. They're decent. That's all I'm trying to say.
I was just going to say, I don't keep up with East Carolina, so I don't keep up with Toledo either. It was good.
Trent
Zach,
Marty
who
has
did you
texted
pick?
in. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, thank you, Trent Marty. Trent's listening in.
Trent, don't get on his
What?
side.
Who's correct?
Trent
I'm picking
says-
Illinois.
The Ohio man, you were correct for your Ohio State question. That's what he said.
Oh, God.
Well, they're not better than East Carolina usually, are they? So why would I care?
Well, I keep up with East Carolina, too. They're terrible. But, I mean, I keep up with them because
We wasn't really saying that, Tom. We kept saying after you said that, then they fell down in
Right.
your poll right off the
Okay.
bat.
Okay.
As soon as Cincinnati was
Well, I'll
mentioned,
try to
boom,
keep.
they
I'll
fell
try to
down.
keep
up
them.
with how
I'll
good
try to
Toledo
keep them
is.
in their diameter, Terry. I'll try to keep them
I
in their
mean, my
proper
God.
diameter. Okay, stay in your diameter, boys.
Well, we know where to keep that drone
We know where to
flying
keep-
at.
Yeah, that drone.
Yeah, that's it.
Get your head paint.
Boise State's at Washington. Washington favored by 14
Washington.
over the Boise State Broncos. Don't see that too much from Boise State. 74 degrees in Washington, though. Tom?
Washington.
Terry?
Washington.
Zach?
Same.
Y'all all picking the same game.
That's what I'm talking about. This is too easy.
California at North Texas. California only favored by 6. The new ACC. Our new ACC team is favored by 6 against. Well, isn't that the team
North
Kathy
Texas.
Ireland played for in that Necessary Roughness movie? Isn't it?
It might be.
Texas State.
Is that what it was?
Texas State.
Texas State Armadillos.
I could, if you were watching, folks at home, And after I asked that question, you watched Tom's face. He went back in his memory bank, and I could see in his head that he was thinking, Kathy Ireland, Kathy Ireland.
She was pretty hot.
Gray sweatshirt.
She
Texas State boys, I remember now.
She was pretty hot. I had a Kathy Ireland cut out in my college dorm, so okay. Guilty.
No problem. No problem.
Guilty.
I thought she was the prettiest of the supermodels in the 80s.
Any of y'all taking North Texas?
I'll take North Texas.
Zach will
Throw
go
a little
with
bit
the
of a
upset.
curveball in it. They are at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$16.
95 degrees.
$16.
Who you taking, Tom? You ain't even
California.
said nothing.
California.
I don't. Thank you, Zach. Somebody went outside the line.
But not you.
No.
Somebody went outside.
No.
Somebody went outside the diameter on that one.
That's
what
right.
I'm saying.
Washington State favored by 10.5 at Colorado State. Tom?
Colorado State. Let's go against the grain there. They're at home. Upset the Cougars.
Terry?
Washington State.
Zachary?
I'll take Washington State, too.
All right. How many games you got there, Terry?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tom, I can count 7.
We're going to wait
Yeah,
10.
you can.
Try to do 10.
11.
Your counting skills have improved.
I done did that. All the SEC games are.
Need 4 more.
I'm running out of conferences here. Like, we have Sunbelt for a minute. Anything in
Don't
here?
be scared on these. Gardner Webb, Appalachian.
Army
What's
favored by 9
Wow.
at Louisiana Monroe.
Army's been better in recent years.
$26 to see Army and Monroe.
How bad do you got to
93
be to beat
degrees.
dog
In
the
a
Army?
93-degree heat.
Ooh. In Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know the Army's going to be able to handle all that temperature. So they'll be good on the field
You
also.
going Army?
I'm going Army.
Zach?
I'll go with Army.
Tom?
Going with the Black Knights of the Hudson River, man. Army.
No.
3 more.
3 more. Golly. It's nothing but blowout.
What's
I can't believe there's not a line on the Gardner
who are
Webb
the other
Appalachian
South
State.
Carolina Chickens playing? Coastal. Who are they playing?
Who?
Coastal
Coastal.
Carolina.
They're going to UCLA. It's like 16-point favorite. Or is anybody going to pick Coastal?
No.
No.
Okay. SMU.
Ooh.
They're favored by 21.
No. We're not picking
Let's
them.
don't do that. We had Louisiana Tech on last week.
That might be South Florida, Miss West Kentucky.
It's going to
There's
be
not any other games.
It's hard to
It's-
find game week 1.
Tulane favored by 6
Wow.
at home against
Wow.
South Alabama.
And they're ranked 24th and only up 6?
Yeah.
Tulane.
Yeah, sure, Tulane.
Yeah, Tulane.
How are you 24th in the nation, only up 6 against who?
South Alabama.
No
might be
spread.
good.
This will be fun. South Carolina State at Charlotte.
Yeah.
Speaking of garbage football, Trent Marty, how about South Carolina State and the Toledo 49ers?
$24 a ticket there, buddy.
This ain't even going to be funny. South Carolina State.
I didn't even
They
know
are not going to beat Charlotte. You're. God. Charlotte wins this at home.
You said go
Buddy.
outside the box. I am.
You went outside the diameter.
I didn't even know Charlotte had a
You're
football
way
team.
out
No,
of the
I
diameter
did.
on that one.
Charlotte.
I'm going to tell you something. The coach, I don't know, a lot of people don't like his demeanor of how he approaches games
Charlotte?
and what he does. Yeah.
He just
He's
got there.
different.
He just got there.
I know, but a lot of people don't like
Well, you can relate.
him. You know? That's the reason I'm going with South Carolina State.
Is he the one that's like a goofball or something?
I don't know.
Or is he what
He
does
won't
he do?
He won't be there long. Charlotte. It don't matter who goes to Charlotte. You ain't gonna win no games there. He won't be there long.
Listen, with name, image, likeness, somebody at Charlotte should figure out how to do it. I tell you what, hire Steve Spurrier. Y'all figure out how to cheat really quick.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Right, Terry?
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Call somebody like that. Call Urban Meyer today. Right now. Urban Meyer in Charlotte. You'll have a football team. They'll get an SEC invite in 2 years.
Yeah, there's probably more people from Ohio and Charlotte than there are in Columbus.
I'm serious. Like,
Be right at home.
Somebody figures name, image, and likeness. There's no reason they shouldn't. Citadel at Georgia Southern. $15 in Statesboro today. No spread.
No spread. Don't they make the Citadel guys like get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do like 2,000 push-ups? Let's
Yeah.
go with the Citadel.
Now,
You going with the Citadel?
Yeah, Georgia Southern's pretty good though, aren't they? Yeah,
what I
they're
think,
pretty
yeah.
good. I'm gonna go with the Citadel.
does the state of North Carolina or the American Legion have any rules against how many push-ups you can do in a day before you
I don't know.
pitch?
They probably do.
Just curious.
They
Are
probably.
there any
do.
weightlifting rules?
I didn't know the Hickory Fair was this weekend.
Like
Yeah.
that's like the most thing. That's the one thing. Are there any rules in weightlifting, Terry, or that the kids can't do 12 reps on Tuesdays or
So
something?
there's a lot of rules that you got to get out there and gain or lose weights before your match. There's a lot of that. Yeah, go drink about 4 gallons
How many
of water.
games we got, Terry?
I know.
This is
that
painful.
uneven? I know.
This is 11.
Oh, that's it. I'm done
Well,
with that.
we're not done.
What do you mean we're not done?
Tom's the only one that picked.
Oh,
He picked Citadel. I take Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
So there you go. So, Tom, you're the oddball out. You lose.
Odd man out. Odd man out, Terry. Not odd ball, odd man. You're the odd ball. I'm the odd man out. You're terrible at this, Terry.
You lost.
I'm going to get you a little book. I'm going to get you a little book
of sayings.
of sayings in English so you can get them right.
That's the hardest language in America today.
It is. It's the
Okay.
hardest language in America.
So I'm trying to teach a new way.
That's because we have Terry's going around teaching our own way to speak it.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna
Oh,
see if I
man.
got
He
any,
supervises your children, West Lincoln community. He supervises your children.
I'll
Just
see if I
want you to
got
know
any
that.
college football stuff to talk about before we move on.
Matt Rule. Y'all watched
Yeah,
him,
the
didn't you?
Nebraska got beat.
There you
First
go.
game.
There's another
Yeah.
game. What is it, 26?
Minnesota's pretty,
Now-
yeah, Minnesota's pretty good though.
Yeah, Minnesota did nothing until Nebraska said, here's a platter, take it. And they took it.
13-10, wasn't it? Barn burner.
Yeah, kicked
Unreal.
field goal at the
Yeah.
end to win the game.
That's the 26th game that Nebraska has lost in the last 5 years in the last seconds.